Manchester United then have lost 2-1 at home to Norwich. A very, very disappointing performance from Manchester United. And result, fucking dog shit again. The same shit as we've seen in recent weeks. Nothing has changed. We've brought experienced players, the likes of Ashley Young back, who was didn't do enough for the goal, slid in. Terrible defending from Manchester United for the first goal, quite a bit through the first half. Not too far off half time. And to be honest, after that, Norwich got the second in the beginning of the second half, and we really struggled to get back into the game. We didn't have a shot on target till the 60th minute, which was or after the 60th minute, whenever it was, when Martial scored. I can't remember the exact minute, but really, really disappointing. He actually scored a pretty decent goal from him. I've been saying that he needs to score some more goals. Hadn't scored since September. I'm really glad he scored again. I think he will be a fantastic player for Manchester United, but we're not playing well enough. And I think we should have put him through the middle today from the start. Wayne Rooney come back into the lineup. Fellaini kept his place in the lineup. I would have put Herrera in the number 10, Martial up top, and Schneiderlin in instead of Fellaini. But you know, he didn't want to do that. But still, I think this team that was out there today should easily be good enough to beat Norwich at home. They were in the bottom three at the start of the game. We've now moved down to 5th in the Premier League. Where do we go from here? I mean, that was just terrible from Manchester United. In that first half, Norwich looked absolutely awful. We were all over them. We had about 77% of the possession. If only we could have actually created some clear-cut chances, put something on the goal, on target, get some shots away. We probably could have gone in. We should have been in at half-time at least 2-0 up. It's just very, very disappointing, and I'm sorry, but I just do not want to see this at Manchester United anymore. I know I don't go to many of the matches. I've only actually been to one game this season. Thankfully, we actually won that game, the Watford game, but even that game wasn't good enough. And it's a lot of money to go to Manchester United, and a lot of money to watch it even on telly. And it's very, very disappointing to be watching these kind of performances. The performances are so bad. The play is just not improved at all. And I'm sorry, but I think Louis van Gaal has actually lost the dressing room at Manchester United. And I think the change is going to have to happen sooner or later, because top four does look like it's in jeopardy now. Tottenham have won today away at Southampton, a 2-0 victory there. And if they'd beat Newcastle last weekend, they could have been 6 points clear of us in that race for 4th place, which would have really put our position in that 4th place in real jeopardy, because we've still got to go to White Hart Lane come the end of the season. But I don't know, I'd like to know your thoughts on it, but really a horseshit performance again, and we've really got to improve if we're going to get that 4th place this season. I think a change is definitely needed now. There's only Carlo Ancelotti and Jose Mourinho out there at this moment in time. It looks certain that he's going to take the Bayern Munich job, Carlo Ancelotti, so it does leave us Jose Mourinho left. He's got a really good track record of winning titles. He's won 7 or 8 league titles in about 12 or 13 years as a manager. Okay, this season it's been horseshit for him, but you know, he lost the players this season, but you know, every other season he's been up there fighting for the league, qualifying for the Champions League, knockout stages, getting to semi-finals on a regular basis in the Champions League. You know, he's no mug. He's won so many trophies in lots of countries, and I think he would definitely do a better job than Louis van Gaal, considering how much Louis van Gaal spent at Manchester United. He was actually the man I wanted to take over from Sir Alex Ferguson all the 3 years or whatever it was ago, when we hired David Moyes. Him and Pep Guardiola were my 2 first names on on it to take over, but we went for David Moyes, and it just since then it just hasn't worked out. I know Louis van Gaal's done well. He's cleared out some dead wood. But to be honest, he's left us thin on the ground when we've got injuries, and even when we haven't got injuries like today, we've put our squad full internationals that are capable of winning that game, and we've completely played like horseshit again. This is becoming such a regular thing now, and when you spent this amount of money, I'm sorry, but things aren't getting any better. They've actually been worse than last season. We haven't won now for 6 games, which is a long time. That hasn't happened for many years at Manchester United. Even David Moyes didn't have that record. And we haven't lost to Norwich at home since '89, I think it was. So that's about 26 odd years ago. It's just not good enough from Manchester United. Anyway, do let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Very disappointing. Should we now pull the plug and sack Louis van Gaal and bring someone else in? Do you think it's going to happen? Where do we go from here? Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll talk to you all again soon. See ya.